Hi, y'all. Welcome to the Unofficial Noncredible Podcast. We didn't do an episode on Saturday because my ass decided to get the COVID. And fuck COVID, but it literally only sucked for a day. So I was kind of half tempted on Sunday saying, hey, you all want to get together real quick? But I decided not to. And, yeah, I'm Fred House. I'm the streamer, host, or whatever the fuck you want to call me. Anything.
Local dipper.
There you go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Liver Redneck, and I'm the one who typically just looks up shit.
Alright, well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am Lewis, and I live on the Atlantic Trash Island.
Hi, I am the Thrumbo. I live on the Convict Island.
Which one?
What,
The upside down one. You know, the one with the wildlife that wants to, like, super kill you?
I don't know. Madagascar has kind of the same feel.
It's
Trust
got,
me, man.
it's got a point.
You don't understand the half of upside down lands. Antics.
Howdy, I'm Jackal 4. Still in college, baby.
What?
Anyway,
Oh,
let's
what's
get on
today's
with
subject?
this mess. Okay, what's the top story for tonight?
The fact that the Democrats have finally got a backbone.
Yeah, New Jersey crazy man
Crazy?
breaks Strom Thurmond's
Why is it
record
from the word?
for longest speech in
Hi,
Congress.
my name is Reggie.
Mute yourself, please.
Yeah, I say he's crazy because only a crazy man could stand there for 25 hours straight and talk without taking a piss break, without stopping or clapping.
No. You don't realize he definitely did take a piss break.
He just pissed himself.
Okay, he pissed himself mid-speech and still kept talking.
Well, okay, so it's whenever there's a filibuster, here's a gross thing. Typically, they get catheterized.
Oh, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
They'll catheterize themselves, and they'll have the bottle like strapped to their leg.
Oh, God.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So he's been sitting there pissing into a container, talking for 25 hours straight.
Hey, hang on.
Only a crazy man would do this.
Hang on.
Or-
How long did it last exactly?
25 hours and 4 minutes.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's actually the longest
He
filibuster now.
Yep.
He broke Strom Thurmond's record for talking
was gonna
against
say-
the 1957 Civil Rights Act.
Which, you know,
Yeah.
that's very ironic that a racist got beat out by a black guy.
And it's funny.
Yes, it is.
From New
That is-
Jersey, no less. A black guy from New Jersey, such a meme exists.
So, wait, what was he filibustering though? I was never informed.
So this it was
Anti-trans, I think.
Okay, so there were many reasons, but the two main ones is right now there's a bill going through the Senate to pretty much get rid of the Affordable Care Act and replace it with absolutely nothing.
Ah, lovely.
With the official wording of the bill is, we'll figure it out when we get there. Well, that's not the official wording. That's the unofficial. That's the summarize. It's, we'll figure out what we do when we get there. This bill states we have to replace it with something. But is that
They
something
just
going to
don't
be a
know
Band-Aid
what.
and a lollipop, or...
Let me just fucking... I can just feel everyone who's sane upon hearing that just facepalm.
Yep.
So, in short, they're planning on removing the a medical I'm gonna call it a
I mean,
social-
I've got my issues with Obama, but for fuck's sake, that's one thing he did great.
I believe healthcare should be something that every man, woman, and child should be entitled to.
I mean, I live in the deep south, I'm poor as fuck, and I currently owe, what is it, about $600 to the hospital still from a hospital visit I had last year. For context, I was only there for 2 hours in the fucking emergency room. For fuck's sake!
I keep saying
when
this,
you
people,
said when
but-
you said fuck's sake, it sounded like a rusty swing set.
I keep saying this to people, but you voted for this, knowingly or not.
You know, if the Democrats didn't fucking stiff Bernie so bad, we might actually be somewhere today. As a
Yeah, that's the
society.
funny thing. Bernie could have actually won in 2016 potentially,
Yeah.
but then they decided to pull Bernie aside at the Democratic National Convention and say, "We're going to support Harris. We're going to support Clinton,
No
and we're
matter
going
what
to need
happens.
you to back us on this."
The problem with Sanders is too radical for the overall.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Radical.
Sanders actually has a fucking backbone. He even left
Yes.
the Democratic Party because of his own beliefs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but that's the problem.
So-
you got to keep in mind, it's not what he is believing, it's what he's up against.
No. Here's the layout of the 2016 election, right? You had only technically 5 candidates, but Chris Christie wasn't really there, and Ted Cruz, he ended up supporting Trump at the Republican National Convention. So there were really only 3 candidates going into the Democratic Convention because Trump was already nominated. It was either Bernie Sanders, the Green Party candidate, and then fucking Hillary Clinton, right? The Green Party candidate gets laughed out of the room every Democratic National Convention. So, Trump, if Bernie Sanders won the Democratic thing, because here's the thing, Bernie had a majority of the Democratic bloc behind him before the ruling Democratic bloc said, no, we're going with Hillary. A very unpopular pick and that's very unpopular within the party. So the 2016 election was 2 fucking losers, but America chose the man over the woman because, you know, that's typically how it goes. And people were, the email scandal that magically happened, right, like, that magically got revealed right before that, and Trump claims he had no hand in it whatsoever until he became president, and then admitted that he orchestrated the entire fucking thing.
I mean, it's what it is. I mean, they're a bunch of hypocrites. I mean, they're doing the exact same shit now with the whole signal chat thing.
Oh, yeah, that got worse. I already informed them. News broke today that not only were they talking on Signal Chat, they were fucking using Gmail. They Hillary Clinton themselves. They fucking they ragged on Hillary Clinton so long for doing it, and then they fucking did themselves.
Rules
it's getting to the point where you cannot make this shit up.
No!
It is so fucking retarded.
If this was written in a book in like the 90s, no one would. It would have been ripped to shreds over how no way this could happen.
Yeah.
We live in a time of impossibility.
All I've got to say is the Onion doesn't have to do any writing anymore.
And that's sad. Okay, we're making this an April Fool's. So, let's get the April Fool's jokes out of the way. Apparently the UK, or the UK Defense Journal, published an article about a third aircraft carrier.
Yeah, it's an April Fool's joke. It's not real.
Yeah.
Tragically.
Well, it's not real. You can tell that by the name of the thing.
Redneck, before you get on this list, I have a question. Do you have the Taiwan shit on this list?
Not right now, to be honest with you, because
Okay.
I've been busy with other shit.
Okay, good. If I thought it was an April Fool's joke this morning, China is launching their largest military exercises with their entire military around the islands of Taiwan right now, and they have practically positioned they have positioned their shit so that if they really wanted to, they can launch an invasion of Taiwan at any moment.
So we're looking at another Taiwan trade crisis. Got it.
Oh, dear. Can we just not win this decade?
Nope.
No.
Why do I get the feeling that Trump's going to take the fall for this if Taiwan ends up in a war?
I don't know. Trump's not going to take the fall. He's going to blame Biden how soft he was on Xi Jinping.
No, he's not going to take. He's going to take the fall for this because he's not going to want to get involved, and he's going to more or less hang Taiwan out to dry. That's what my concern is. Because despite the fact there are U.S. personnel there training Taiwanese troops.
If U.S. personnel are directly fired upon, it will force the U.S. into a conflict.
That's what I'm thinking. But I'm also thinking that Trump is going to try and weasel his way out of it.
Oh, he 100% will.
Because this fucker is a coward.
This
Yeah,
is
no
entire
shit.
personality. This is just weaseling his way out of things.
Yeah, man.
Actually, this has reminded me, speaking of military antics, this is a small game within the Australian sphere of military antics. One of our politicians, Pauline Hanson,
Audio being
Pauline
funky.
Hanson was interrogating one of our rear admirals 10 years ago. I don't know, a while ago. She was trying to pressure him to basically reveal classified information regarding some of Australia's submarines. And she was trying to make the argument that, and I quote, is it true that pump jet submarines cannot only have a underwater life time of 20 minutes, something like that? And the rear admiral basically turned around and told her to shut up, she doesn't understand what she's talking about, and that he couldn't tell her even if she knew what she was talking about. Basically boiling down to the propulsion of the submarine is not indicative of its overall operational capacity, it is propulsion capacity. The operational capacity is dictated by the pressure hull and the equipment that is stored on it.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not telling you.
And no, I'm not telling you.
They can't legally tell them because they're not security cleared to know that information.
That's basically what it was saying. It's like, I can't tell you even if I wanted to. And I'm not telling you.
She got a knock. She got a
I
knock.
mean, you can demand. I mean, he was in an impossible situation. The admiral was in an impossible situation. They can either be held in contempt, or they can be charged for treason. Those are the two choices in that.
This wasn't.
And they chose contempt.
This wasn't a court case. This was a.
Oh, okay.
No, this was a parliamentary.
Just a politician being a dipshit thinking they're allowed to know stuff that they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Oh, yeah,
Our entire
And unfortunately,
I
this
am
country
the-
doesn't have a monopoly on that one because it happens in the U.S. here as quite a lot.
I am the Lord Mount Whimsy Carousel Street, and I represent the district of Badminton Rufflefeathers, and I deserve...
Are you just coming up with vaguely British names?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I demand to know the full strength of the British Army and where it is, and essentially what it compromises.
The thing
No,
is,
fuck off. You're right, honorably, fuck off. Was that how that fucking interaction went?
basically, but cut out all of the Lord nonsense because it was some random person asking questions, trying to ask questions, and
Rumbo, I don't mean anything disrespectful by this, but are you by any chance using cup and string to talk?
No,
They definitely
Yeah.
are using cup and string.
I thought it would be a nice inclusion just to have occasionally a fucking intercom from the train station go through.
Oh yeah, no, it's totally all
But
true.
it's way too many.
No, if you want me to, if you want me to disappear, I can disappear. That's my fun.
Okay.
If yeah,
See, we can move on to other stories. Anyone else got anything on the docket?
I don't have anything actually, no, because I didn't realize I forgot we were doing a podcast this week, so I haven't been doing any research.
All right. They found three of the missing soldiers in Lithuania.
And the vehicle. They found the M88 and 3 soldiers, but they're still searching for one.
so did it crash?
No, I don't know. I think it may have gone off because they found it in a swamp, so it definitely something went wrong somewhere.
Are the soldiers okay?
The soldiers are dead.
The hell happened?
Yeah.
I don't know
It
what
is
happened, but soldiers are dead.
Yep.
Another news. Let's see. What else is here? The mobilization in Russia.
Yeah, let's throw more into the
160,000.
meat grinder, baby. They'll simply just run out of bullets.
Previous mobilizations didn't go very well.
Yeah, there was kind of some rioting.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my nose is a little bit.
The only way I think they could pull this off, because Russia does have a yearly conscription wave, but typically that conscription wave is like 40,000 people. If they just up it and cite security reasons, they might be able to get away with it.
No, they've full on announced that they've begun a new round of mobilization. At least that's what I've been told.
I don't know.
Joy. At this point, you can only really feel sorry for the Russians. Like, I doubt many of them will want this war.
160,000 more troops. This is Australian Broadcasting Corporation.
The BBC. I found it on the BBC.
CNN, Voice of America. Yeah.
Oh, this is the largest conscription wave since 2011.
Oh dear.
Over the last 3 years, there has only been 180,000 conscripts. They are almost doubling that with one wave.
No, those are the conscript numbers they're reporting. You're forgetting all the conscripts are not reporting, the Wagnerites, the North Koreans, and the prisoners. Because there is such thing as disposable manpower in Russia.
Not anymore. I think we discussed it last time about how the Russian population.
There is an actual definition of disposable manpower in Russia, and that's usually the people that no one wants, whether they be from the Far East or just prisoners.
Well, you know damn well Putin's gonna put every man, woman, and child in front of him and any Western army.
I mean, fair enough, but for fuck's sake, at some point, someone's gonna have to look and say enough's a fucking enough. Christ Almighty.
I'm gonna steal Jackal's joke from the first ever podcast. Can we blame Ukraine? Wait, no. Can we nerf Ukraine for XP farming?
Jesus Christ.
Ah.
Yes, Jackal, I stole your joke. It
Can
was
we
that
ban Russia
funny.
for it?
Can we ban Russia for death warring? What is this? What is this? EU4?
Yes.
Anyway,
what I was going to say is, despite what Russia says, they're going to, mobilize like however many hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah, and
It's,
for what reason
it's
Trump
one
still
thing
thinks
to
he
say
can
it,
get.
it's another thing to have it actually executed and have it actually come. Again,
Yeah.
Russia has had 2 major mobilizations during this war, and both have underperformed. They have come up with less numbers than they said they were going to come up with, and the quality of those troops is abysmal at best. And
Yeah, then
that's
there's
even
the-
comparing.
Simply just
Yeah, and then there's the added bonus that Trump,
the
for whatever
words
fucking
of-
reason, thinks he can get. He can try. He can
the
achieve peace.
YouTuber Ahoy. At this point,
Oh, they're gone.
Well, if Putin's playing Hoy, he really needs to get on the Grand Battle Plan wagon and just get that planning bonus all the way up. And
Bro,
just
Putin's fucking terrible at Ahoy.
but yeah, in
Yeah,
the
I
words of
played
Ahoy,
Ahoy
at this point,
like, doesn't
at
Putin
this
know the
point, in
meta
the words of
is
Ahoy,
medium tank TDs?
It's gonna be less of a tragedy and more.
Anyway,
Jackal, you
again,
stop
what
talking.
I've been trying to say from the start is, for whatever reason, Trump, the idiot, still thinks he can get a peace deal out of this. He still thinks he can get peace. He also
Neither
is
side will
alluding to the fact that he thinks he can somehow force other countries to pay his tariffs and also force Ukraine to sign the minerals deal. He can't. He doesn't have the political capital to force anyone to do any fucking thing.
Oh, he thinks
No,
that everyone goes, "Oh, hail King Trump."
No, he thinks that everyone is still under the what I like to call the fucking It's what I like to call the it's what I like to call the spell of America, the post World War II America spell, where everyone kind of just bowed down to the great United States and did everything that they fucking asked.
Okay,
he still thinks that's a thing.
You're forgetting one major player. Sweden openly told America to fuck off on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really
Sweden
funny now that the country that told America to fuck off the most outside of any communist is now saying we want to be with America, and that America pushed them away. Because Donald Trump is in a love fantasy with Putin.
Yep.
I wouldn't say that Sweden is like begging to be with America. They're joining NATO. They're joining NATO as well.
They joined in
Everyone-
NATO.
No,
Yeah, they're in
sorry,
NATO.
Let me rephrase. They were joining NATO because Finland was joining. That was their whole thing. Finland wasn't a part of NATO at the time, but when they had an agreement where it's like, once Finland's like, hey, we're going to join NATO, sure, do the same, I guess. Finland. Something like that. They had an agreement with another like nation that had been a part of NATO and they only just joined NATO at each time. They had an agreement with that nation. Once that nation starts the joining process, it's good to follow. So I think it's fun. Double check.
This war, this world, it gets more and more insane the more you think about it.
Yeah, no, it would have been Finland.
At this rate, I would actually rather take the BattleTech timeline.
Unfortunately, we're going something more akin to fucking Fallout.
Yeah,
I've
but
lost
at
all
least in
ambitions.
BattleTech we had reliable fusion power 5 years ago.
You want to know if there's going to be a post-apocalyptic universe that we're likely going to be running towards the symmetric.
What?
Could you please speak up?
Yes.
Minus all the weird, wacky mutants.
Yeah.
See, I personally think we're
It's
going
funny
towards the
because-
Metro universe.
The Metro universe?
Well, I literally I just said that. Don't steal my joke.
Oh, did you just say that?
Trumbo, I hope you know we cannot hear you.
Yeah, we could not hear you when you said that. That's why we asked you
You
to
are
say it
so
again.
quiet. You are so
Okay,
incredibly
no,
quiet.
If we're going to a post-apocalyptic universe, it's going to be the Metro universe, but
I'm
without
not
any of the
I'm
mutants.
checking. I'm checking my own box at that point. I'm not living in the Metro universe like that.
You don't want
I
to
don't know.
deal. You don't want to deal with
yeah.
the subway Nazis.
I'll see. Do you know what? Actually, no. Fuck it. We'll do it. Let me wild at some Nazis. I promise they will definitely be fun.
What about the subway
Nazis
commies?
are always a viable target.
Wait. Did you say Subway Common?
Yes, subway commies.
Oh my god! I get to go wild at both. Oh, you know,
Yes.
fuck it. I'm sorry.
Do you not know all the factions in the Metro universe?
I've played all of the Metro games. Never bothered to learn any of the lore.
There's about three fascist factions, about 4 communist factions, a monarchy, a theocracy, and then your character starts off in the only democratic section.
Okay.
And even
Metro
that
games and the Metro games and the Metro books are very different from each other. For example,
I can't read.
So, for example, Artyom, your main character, his original station that he came from got completely flooded with rats, like a sea of rats. There's the Polaris, there's the Red Line, there's the Hansa, which is like basically they're a bunch of red trucks. There's there's bandits, there's cultists, there's there's like 20 different factions across the entire Metro line, the entire Metro system. But you only really figure those ones out into the books, or if you read off wiki stuff, because the games don't cover all of the different areas. They only cover first game only covers like the central part of the Metro system. The second game covers the fascists and the communists, and then the Exodus. You completely leave the Metro and you go.
Yeah, you're not in the Metro Exodus. I liked Exodus. It was one of my favorite Metro games.
Yeah, the major factions, the Commonwealth of the Stations of the Ring Line, Red Line, Fourth Reich Polis.
Fourth Reich?
Yeah,
What the
Fourth
fuck?
Reich. That's the Nazis.
Speaking
That's
of
their
which,
name.
have you seen that video talking about the fact that a game like Wolfenstein is somehow becoming more controversial?
Yes, because we're apparently
What,
painting the bad guys.
Wolfenstein was always controversial. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Do you know how
Not
much
in-
backlash
not in
the
it
original one
being-
got?
Not as in ultra violence, but the fact that it's against Nazis.
Yeah,
people
no.
Nazis
Do you
just killing Nazis?
no, it wasn't the violence. That came with fucking Doom and Grand Theft Auto. No. The original Wolfenstein, which the original Doom is just a fucking copy of Wolfenstein with a new skin because ID
And
Games was
better tech.
lazy. Wolfenstein got so much backlash because it just displayed Nazis on the screen.
Yeah, but we're not
Bruh.
talking about the original Wolfenstein.
Didn't matter that you were killing Nazis.
We're talking about the like the modern ones, like the new modern ones.
Yeah.
That's the problem people have with current day.
Why do people have a problem with
Changing
killing
characters.
Nazis?
Have you seen even the Spectrum?
What?
the American political compass. Have you seen that?
I don't know. Sorry,
Yeah.
I genuinely cannot hear you.
Have you seen the
He's telling
American
about the
political
American
compass?
political environment.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
no,
a bit
completely fair.
fucked. But Thrombo, you do need to fix your mic situation
Yeah.
again. When I made the joke about the cup and string, I was not joking. You do seem like you're talking through a cup and really long string.
It's because he's outside.
He's in a train station right now. He's active.
Yeah, he's
If
not-
the bombs go off, he's going to be in Metro.
Let's go on. Sorry, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna
no,
make
I'm
this
on-
happen.
No, I'm on an open train. We don't have metro for the most part. Most of our trains are like above surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, same in the UK.
So, Lewis, if you look at general chat, I posted the map of the Metro and their
Oh,
factions and who owns what.
I've always been kind of interested in Metro. The only problem is I can't read.
There's a Hoi 4 Metro mod that's really good.
There is.
I tried playing it, but what I found is because the way the Hoi AI work is they just death stack you.
Yeah, the Metro universe does not work very well as a Hoi game.
Yeah, the Hoi AI will just death stack you, which is what I found.
It's also,
not
also
since
incredibly.
not since they updated the AI in the recent patch. Well, not
Oh,
recent
okay.
patch, but second. They-
I was gonna say, 'cause the other thing was when I played, which was about last year, it was obviously brand new, so it's like very few systems at play. But yeah, no, so
You know,
the Metro universe is very interesting because it takes a different approach to the whole post-apocalypse. Instead of the massive open wasteland, it's the confines of a tube.
yeah, it's
Literally a metro station.
yeah, it's
It's the Russian. It's the Moscow Metro.
Yeah.
Moscow Metro.
yeah the
It is,
Moscow
Yeah, the
Metro.
Moscow Metro system,
Yeah.
which was supposedly designed for such an occasion. which
Yeah,
is
no.
where
That's okay. Almost every subway system in the world is built in a fashion. The reason why trains, like subway trains, are not above ground is because of the idea that you can
They
hide in
serve
them when a
as-
nuke goes off
Or
or
I
a
don't
bomb
remember-
goes off.
or bombs.
Yeah,
general.
just look at what was it during the Blitz? The British citizens hiding in the taking cover in the subway stations.
Like, that's the ultimate reason why, even though it was no longer ugly to have a train above ground, they still kept building subways. It's because you can you can use them as bomb shelters.
Most of our subways are still the original. I don't think Britain's built any in quite a while.
Well, they built.
I mean,
Yo,
US doesn't really have.
you guys built yours just because they were ugly, above ground.
Yeah, and then they actually came in like really handy during the Blitz because it gave people a place to take cover.
Yeah. Who knew posh and rich fucks complaining about how ugly a train looks? Saved so
Actually
many
saved
citizens.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saved so many people. What, we're just gone silent now? Hello?
Oh, I'm here.
There's still people there. Bum, 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 bum.
Speaking of transit,
Ah, the
Fire,
voice.
Fury.
Tesla still sucks.
Oh yeah. So
What else? I thought that was. Wait a minute. That's news to you?
that's that.
What else have you been?
So, I made the joke before the call started, but I'm gonna actually do it properly now. I hope that phone fucking rang. I called it. I made a joke in a previous stream that all you had to do to a Cybertruck, because it's glued together, is just leave it out in the hot Arizona sun in the middle of July and it'll fall apart.
And what do you know?
Cybertrucks are being recalled because in cases of extreme heat, they fall apart.
The glue. Yeah. And
they're telling
not
me
only,
funny
and
company.
and they can't even do well in winter areas because whenever it snows, guess what happens? The stupid ass design catches snow in the headlights, and since they're LEDs, they can't get hot enough to melt the snow.
Okay. I wanna put this to fucking bed right here, right now. LEDs are not a problem. Almost every traffic light needs to have LEDs. Because of it's I hate but sometimes snow might cover it. Yeah, but sometimes snow already covers them when they're fucking incandescent bulbs. But secondly, the reason why they're sticking to the fucking headlights is not because they're LEDs. It's because it's designed they're recessed in. So there's a shelf for snow to build on. That wouldn't be a problem. But because there's no engine to produce heat in the front of it, there's no heat transferring throughout the front of the vehicle that melts the shit.
And on to the other thing with trucks.
Huh?
Oh yeah, okay.
I think to whatever the fuck is going on with the PA system on.
What was I going to say? Yeah, no. Tesla vehicles having massive build issues. Are you going to tell me the Pope's Catholic?
Damn.
To be fair, there is one Tesla that I would own, and it is a pre Elon meltdown Tesla, and it is the Tesla Roadster from like 2015, 2014.
Yeah.
Like the first Tesla that they
You
made.
want the space car.
I love the Tesla Roadster.
And the first Tesla was 2011, I think.
2011?
Would rather have something like a Stingray.
First
Or Miata.
I mean, my favorite example of the
no
Cybertruck is either Ginger Billy doing a skit or Whistling Diesel trying to test out the Cybertruck. And when it came to the call it to your location feature, apparently it forgot where walls were and just decided to burst through the wall of his garage like the fucking Kool-Aid man.
That reminds me of the Mike Rover video.
You know, okay, we're both very wrong. The first Tesla car was the Roadster. You're right, it is the Roadster. 2008.
Jesus Christ,
yeah.
it's as old as I
With
am.
it being unveiled in 2006.
I forgot. The Tesla
I am
Roadster
2 years
was
older
in
than the
Need for
Tesla
Speed.
Roadster.
Shot
2012.
So,
One second, I think I have
the company Tesla has been around
Mother of Christ.
longer than people have actually noticed. But the reason that it's so widely known now is a mixture of the EV craze and
Elon.
and the Elon taking over and running his mouth as much as he can.
Honestly, to be fair, Elon is getting press, which press brings attention to your company. There's
That's what I mean. Like
bad press. Press is press.
Hey guys,
I'll give him
check
this.
the side chat.
The more you run your mouth, the more attention you draw. And as a company, your aim is to sell product. The problem is he has run his mouth so hard in recent years that their overall profits went from 70 billion as of like 2023 or something like that to like 3 billion.
They made 2.84 billion last year in profit. A 70% drop. It was a 70% drop since 2023.
Yeah.
They only made in profit 3 billion.
Which is still a lot of money compared to you and I, but
Don't get me wrong, that's still a fuck ton of money, but that's like for a car company.
But to have a 70%, having a 70% profit drop is never a good look to investors.
So,
no, it's not even good to investors. It's just not good for a company.
Okay, I watched.
Well, that's what I mean.
I watched a video recently where it was they broke down why Elon can't leave Tesla. They went and actually broke everything down. Tesla. Would you like to know Tesla's real value if Elon Musk left?
What is it?
$87 billion.
Yeah.
If
What's it worth now?
It's worth $800 billion. Before Elon started running his mouth, it was worth $1.2 trillion.
So wait, so if Elon
Basically,
leaves,
all of the value comes from
Yeah,
Musk.
Elon Musk. The only reason why Tesla is so valuable is because Musk has a unique ability to lie through his fucking teeth and promise things that are promise things of the. Oh my god, the amount of times that was shown where he just went, yeah, we'll have Tesla self-driving by next year. He said that 15 fucking times.
Yet Teslas are fooled by Looney Tune walls.
So yes, no, Tesla's only valued so much because Musk has the ability to just promise things and not deliver and nobody catch on. Until now.
What you're telling me is he's literally told him.
Yep.
It just works.
It just works.
It just works. It just works. It just works.
Oh no! Fuck you, non-credible defense.
Huh?
Non-credible defense is April Fool's joke. They've Frenchified.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
That's amazing.
Which I will never get over the fact that the Puma exists, the helicopter, and learning more about just how much of a nightmare it is.
Oh no, everything's in French.
Sorry, that was one of the smoothest transitions I've ever fucking heard. The fact that you go from that directly into the Puma.
When you said
But
Puma,
no,
all I was reminded of, for some ungodly reason, was Red versus Blue.
Oh, never watched it. I know it existed, but it's as far as it went. Yeah, no, when I say Puma, I don't mean the funny, the wheeled armored car that the Germans... No, the French helicopter.
Yeah, I know.
Apparently, it had a very, very real tendency to just decide that it wants to push itself into the floor, which got people killed. A lot of those ending up being Australian personnel, because we used them.
Yeah. So, who's ready for Liberation Day tomorrow?
What?
She's gonna get me foot to call ya.
For what?
Do y'all not know what Liberation Day is?
No, I don't.
So this is a new coin term brought up by Trump, because Trump is practically doing full on like everybody tariffs starting tomorrow. He has called it America's Liberation Day.
Jesus
Are
Christ.
you joking?
No.
Welcome to dictatorship, everybody. How did achievement get? How did we get here?
I've been to an actual dictatorship. I've seen an actual dictatorship. This is not a dictatorship yet.
Okay, achievement get. How did
Okay, so I would say that,
Furious
but
cocktail.
Trump has also suggested ways that he could get a third term by practically J.D. Vance becoming president and then him stepping down. And
Yo,
Trump
no,
be
okay,
vice
yeah.
president.
Achievement get. Furious cocktail.
Achievement get furious.
But yeah, essentially, Furious Cocktail is the preceding achievement before How Did We Get Here?
How did we get here?
That and insert Springtime for Hitler reference.
Actually, I watched that movie last night.
Yes, the producers.
Look in the side chat.
I love it.
I should probably watch it. I need to watch more satire.
Oh, it's a great film. You should. I think you'll love it.
Like I look inside chat. I put a political cartoon. In
Right, so he's going to launch tariffs against everyone that people either just aren't going to pay or they're just going to stop doing trade with America.
Yeah.
Welcome to economics in an interconnected global market.
He's done. Well, I know this isn't new news, but like, he's just done. He has no
Let's
fucking
say I
clue.
have a really funny video.
Every time, this is something I've noticed. This is something I noticed when I was speaking to myself. Whenever you bring something regarding antics of the funny orange man and how he clearly doesn't know what he's doing, they balk at the idea that he's not the man that people believe he is.
Yeah.
They think that it's like the propaganda this, propaganda that. It's like, no.
Check
Did I-
the side chat
Did I
for the
ever get a
video.
Did I ever get a reply from the probable bots I fucking ranted at earlier?
I remember, I was talking to him about the Department of Energy thing, where it was like 14,000 people were fired on the spot. And I was trying to explain to him how this was like a terrible idea. And he's like, no, there's always more to it. There's something more to it. It's like, no. They just decided they're going to fire 14,000 people on the spot.
They're just going to fire 14,000 people. There's nothing more to this. It's just
Yeah, there is literally no explanation other than
complete government overreach. The only explanation, it's just complete government overreach. That's all it is.
So, are y'all familiar with 1984?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you know the idea of doublethink?
Yeah.
I know.
It's happening. It's actively happening where statements are now contradicting each other, and the fucking Trump is now hoping that you just go, both are correct, but Trump's more correct.
I hate to tell it to you, but this is not something that is brand new to people. The whole double thing, like lying, and contradicting yourself is a very common thing. Whenever they're trying to convince you something is, when it very clearly is.
So another thing
I can tell you that the sky is purple. You look up and it's like, no, it's well, like no. See, it's a very, very specific shade of color. Basically, you start like you stretch the. It's psychological manipulation.
Yeah.
Even if it's intended or if it's not, maybe they know, maybe they don't know. Either way, they're it's very. This isn't something new.
Yeah.
This is something people have done in billions of scenarios, both big and small.
Yeah. So
It's humans being humans, really.
So this one is kind of just like the example I'm about to bring up. Did y'all know? They admitted that they accidentally fucking deported somebody. We have now a confirmed hard line. They deported an innocent fucking person.
Wow, what a surprise.
Who, not only that, had a federal order from 2018 pretty much blocking him from being deported. Because, so in 2017, right, there was a informant inside of a gang called MI16. Or I think it's MI16 or something like that. MI36. What is it?
MA16?
Maybe. But
Call him Greg.
so it is an El Salvador gang, and this informant said that he was
MS16.
MS16, yeah. So this informant said that he was a part of the gang. Even though this informant said he was a part of the gang,
No, MS13, not 16.
MS13.
Why are we talking about MS-13? I just got back. Why are we talking about a gang?
MS-13.
Basically,
my brain's a jumbled mess of
we
random facts,
have an
sorry.
actual innocent person who got deported.
You fucking kidding me?
Who has citizenship, but in 2017 he got investigated because someone inside of MS-13 said he's a part of the gang, even though when that person gave the account of when he was a part of the gang, he was not even in the state, nor was he in the country when the person said he was a part of the gang.
So he got deported for gang reasons, even though he wasn't even in the country when he was reported.
Let me get to it. In 2018, after the federal investigation finished, he was given they pinned him, they marked his file, practically saying, you cannot deport him.
Okay.
This is a federal court ruling saying you cannot deport this person, for this person's crime never happened, and he is now a possible target because of this false statement.
Well, yeah, but surely they can overrule the deportation. If it's a federal court law, the federal court law will overrule the deportation.
The Trump administration can't, and it's been described to me as either they can't because he's no longer in the country and is in that El Salvador mega prison, and El Salvador don't want to give them back, or they sold them to El Salvador. That's human trafficking. I don't know which story is it, but the fucking Trump administration said, "Oh, we're not doing it," even though we know he didn't even do anything. And then later, like less than 5 fucking minutes later, in the same press conference said, it is under this administration's belief that he's a part of the MS-13 gang. Within 5 minutes said he did nothing wrong, but we can't get him back to. He's a fucking gang member. So when I say we're getting to the point where it's doublethink, we have 2 statements from the same fucking person. Miss Caroline Leavitt, you can't say that.
Again, I've said this many times to people. This big writing is on us. Like, it didn't even take like a genius to go, hey, the likely outcome is going to be very, very interesting. Maybe we should have. But the majority of people who voted, the orange man, on the popular vote, and he also won whatever the other one is. One that
college vote. Yeah. The fact remains, a lot of people voted for this shit, so, well,
who's asking for this?
we're not getting a lot of stuff deep in the international community, let's just say that.
Basically, one way or another, he's just gonna have to deal with this now.
Yep.
It's gonna have to be dealt with.
Hopefully only 2 years. That's the best we can hope for.
I heard people say that the midterm elections might change a whole lot, even if he loses. But I don't know how midterm elections in the US, because we don't have them. It's over here. If we want to swap PM, we push a vote of no confidence or an internal party election, depending on how they're planning on going about it. So, say if one party wants to swap, say Party A is in charge, and Party B wants to PM, and Party B is able to secure a majority in the Parliament, they push for a vote of no confidence. Which, if the vote passes, that means the Prime Minister has to step down, be replaced with someone else, which would be the majority party leader now. So they would have a snap internal election, usually, and the new Prime Minister would pick from usually be of which party be exempt. I don't know how midterm elections work in the US. From what I've been told, work like that. They usually do something else. But it's usually just an internal party instead of like, say, have a drastic swap in popularity for parties. Yeah, they swap from Bob to Tim instead.
What, for a vote of no confidence?
No, for a midterm election.
Oh.
From what I understand, at least here in Upside Down Land, a vote of no confidence can swap parties.
In very rare occasions, a vote of no confidence can. However, a vote of no confidence is not voted on by the public. It's an internal vote within the government.
Yes.
It's not a publicly held vote.
Closing. Please stand clear.
Please stand clear of the sliding doors.
Which is how the Conservative Party in the UK are in charge for so long. Because our prime ministers would get like near to the end of their terms. Like they'd get like a few months off the end of their terms, and then they'd launch a vote of no confidence and put a new person in there for another 4 years.
I think they were doing something very similar.
They were just abusing the vote of no confidence power. And then the last Conservative prime minister thought that he had it in the bag for the general election, called it early, lost, and now under a Labour government. He called an early election and lost because he thought he was going to win.
So I just zoned out for like half a second. I thought you were talking about Liz Truss.
No, I'm not talking about Liz Truss. Liz Truss was our last prime minister. Our last prime minister was Rishi Sunak, who called a vote of no confidence early and then lost.
Yep.
No, not a vote of no confidence. Sorry, he called a general election. He called the big election early. And then lost because no one liked him.
That's funny.
Yeah.
He wanted he wanted to know that the people supported him, and the people said no.
The people did in fact not.
But I think that was like one of the reasons why the Liberal Party was able to stick around for years. Because they would have party, they would have party, they would have
Oh, it's a random question. Name one fictional car you would like to have.
One fictional car that I would like to have.
Or transportation vehicle, like civilian.
teleportation. I'd like to be able to teleport from point A to point B and yeah, make my life so much easier.
Do you know the cartoon Tailspin?
No.
You know,
but feels like I wish I should.
You ever watched, what's the show with, you ever watched the show DuckTales?
No, but I do know it.
The
You want that flying plane, the flying boat? Or a seaplane?
Similar to it. Let me...
One sec.
This train stop at Doomside.
But you want some sort of flying boat?
I want particularly... If you look inside chat, I want particularly that one.
That is so dumb, I love it.
Yeah. I found out about it.
A flying boat or a seaplane would be really cool. Like, flying boats are... I don't know why, but they just seem kind of cool. Like, I really wish that, that Catalina revival thing did actually go through.
There are still Catalinas around that you can buy.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Jackal, when you were saying that, you sounded like Barney the dinosaur.
Next.
And I love it.
Catalinas are pretty.
Oh, boy.
Man. Flying boats are generally pretty a lot of times.
So what's on the docket next?
We have gone into the just talk jumping.
Autism.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've just got into we're not. I don't think we're doing topics anymore. I think we're just talking about what we want to.
Yeah, no, we're just having fun
Whatever.
at this point.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Which I have a question for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kind of do one of these streams where we don't do a podcast and we do a gaming session with all of us.
I don't have my PC back yet. When I get it back, I should be getting it back this week.
That's the question.
Yeah, that is also a question. What game?
Let's get a Hoi 4 game going using.
Oh yeah, I'm down. Well, no, Thrumbo can't join because his internet, Thrumbo's internet is extremely unstable, and he's in Australia.
Actually,
So
mine's
it'd be
stable.
funny if we did something like Jackbox.
Mine's somewhat stable, but it sucks. So I'm
Mine-
going to just slow everyone else down.
I'd be down for a Hoya game because my internet's pretty. I have Ethernet, and I'm getting a new PC, so it's going to be even better. So I can actually play.
Here's the thing with Hoi 4 multiplayer. You don't really need that good of internet to play. Like if you're pulling 5 fucking megabytes, that's something. But if you're pulling 50, you can play.
Yeah, you're now.
If just your average Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah, but I have Ethernet anyway, which means I can basically play anything.
I have a really dumb idea.
What?
Yeah.
Have you heard the robot game multi-tank crew combat?
No.
Yes.
It would be really funny if we did that.
Multi-tank.
essentially-
Hell no.
Sir, okay.
Multi-tank. Huh?
Sir, at that point, let's all just play fucking War Thunder.
I'm not doing a War Thunder stream. I can't remain calm.
I've said it once. I'll say it again. It'll be a cold day in hell before I play that.
Why don't we why don't we just do Hearts of Iron? We all have Hearts of Iron, right? We all have.
Tragically don't.
The only problem is
I can fix.
my
I can
internet
fix
connection
that
is
soon.
so violent. My internet
Anyways,
connection is so
I gotta
violently
go.
unstable in playing with anyone like more than 200 meters from my house.
Right.
Like,
Next.
I mean, it will be fine enough.
Yeah.
look, I can try, but I can't give you one.
I think it'll be pretty fun, especially me, because I play Hoi. I have hundreds of hours in Hoi. I have no fucking clue how the game works.
Oh,
So do
I okay. I thought well, no, I'm still bad. Hold on, where's my? I've got Steam pulled up.
I think I've got about. Hang on, let me check my. I think I've got almost 1,000 hours in.
Oh
Hoi.
no, never mind. I'm a whole lot worse. I'm. Yeah.
Hey guys.
I.
Hey, since this is where we wrap this episode up.
Yeah, we've run out of shit to talk about. We're just
How
going
much-
on fucking random tangents at this point.
Yeah.
how much-
Also, it's late for me, so I'm gonna be popping off. This is
See you later.
Jackal 4 punching out.
Yep. May God have mercy upon our wretched souls.
I've got 546 hours on.
I
Hearts
have-
of Iron 3.
I have 4,356. I have
Jesus.
played Hoi 4 for 181 and a half days.
You really need to stop playing Hoi. No, we should stream. Like genuinely, we should stream. I think it'll be fun.
Like when I joked about earlier when I said Putin doesn't know, Putin plays Hoi and he sucks because he doesn't know the meta is medium tank TDs. I wasn't fucking lying.
Jesus.
the meta is 36 with medium tank TDs, with mechanized, with rangers, and going down Grand Battle Plan.
Yeah.
Which is strange because, you know, like it's tanks. You would also I'm ending the stream here. Bye everybody.